In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all two stocks that are set to explode tomorrow. I'm also going to look at the overall markets to get you guys ready like we always do here on this channel, along with doing an update and showing you guys a day trade that I took today. Y'all, let's dive right into it right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures, and today was slightly bullish. I was leaning more bullish in yesterday's video. I warned y'all about a potential move to the upside, and we kind of got that. The NASDAQ struggled early on. It really struggled, especially like in the morning. It chopped in a very nasty fashion all the way until the afternoon before really pushing. All right. So as of right now, again, this is support, that white line that you see, and we're getting higher lows. We got one low right here. These are dip buyers and another set of dip buyers here, and then some more dip buyers at 3 a.m. All right. And so far, we're slowly climbing up. There is a structure on the SPY. So if we're going to look at the SPY itself, this is the structure that I'm talking about with these higher lows. We got a bullish pennant on the chart that was cooking. The breakouts was quite obvious and quite simple, honestly. Right over here, we have the break, and then we have the retest followed by the close near today's high. During after hours, we're making move higher. I drew the circle up here because I do believe that we're going to get at exactly 534 tomorrow. I think the SPY is going to move, and I think a lot of tech stocks are also going to push higher. Let's see if how far is that away from the all-time highs. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like we could see an all-time high tomorrow. At least it looks like it. It looks like it. So until something else happens, until it shows me something different, until we see it collapse below 527, my stance on the markets is still bullish. Let's check out the VIX, because the VIX opened up a little bit higher, but it's still stalling at 13.5. And there are, again, these are sellers right here. These are wicks at the top filled with sellers. And the downtrend is still ongoing. I think tomorrow we actually break below 13 bucks on the VIX. All right. Now, the first stock that I want to share with all of you for tomorrow, one stock that is set to explode, that one is NCLH. Now, I want to share NCLH with y'all. I guess this is a follow-up because I did share it in the past. I believe after, on this day, 5/20, I released a video about the cruise lines to watch it for a bullish move. It went up a little bit the next day. It didn't play a whole lot of games. But that's fine though, because right now it looks like it's setting up for a much bigger move. I like how at the bottom, the volume is increasing from 10.6 million to 12.8 million to 15 million. It's slowly climbing up. If we go on the 1 hour, you can see that there's actually a bullish pennant on there, right there. Right? This is the first bullish pennant that I see, or I can erase it and just draw it from here. Here's the next bullish pennant that I see. The breakout point is still the same. It's either at the close here or at the open from yesterday, right? So we're still bullish and this thing is still going up. And it broke above the level where there are short sellers located up here at 1725. It broke that level and it closed at the highs. And then the next thing that I want y'all to keep in mind, or the next reason why I believe that this thing is actually going to run and explode tomorrow, is the daily chart. If we look at the daily chart, it looks like a double bottom, and there's also a gap to fill on the left side at 19 bucks. It hasn't started filling yet. I want y'all to set an alert right at 18 bucks and wait for the bell to ring. What you want to see something similar to what happened today. You want to see this. As soon as you see it pop like that, after the first 5 minutes, and you look at the volume at the bottom, and it's around 350,000 shares traded, the odds of us filling that gap, that whole gap tomorrow, will be good. All right, so something like, okay, something like this, and then a continuation up. So watch NCLH for that potential move. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, it might stall, it might drag its feet, and get there by this Friday. Like, it's really close, and I would be very surprised if it didn't get filled by the end of this week. All right, so that's the first one to keep on watch. Now the next one to keep in your watch list, that one is also, it's been beaten down. It has a lot of room to the upside. It's been beaten down because of its previous earnings. All right, so Shopify got demolished from 77 all the way down to 57. The 20-point drop. It had its consolidation for quite some weeks now, and so far it looks like it wants to trend back up. It's trying to make its move back up, and I think it's going to really take off tomorrow and move high. And the reason why I believe so is because of the 1 hour. Yeah, I would say the 1 hour. We're gonna use the 1 hour for this one. If you look at the 1 hour, let's zoom into the 15-minute. If you look at the 15-minute, there it is. There is actually an ascending triangle on the chart right here that actually broke out at the same time that QQQ broke out, or SPY broke out. Again, I shared it. Just rewind to the beginning and you will see what I drew. It's the same breakout at the same time. All right, so I like that. And with this ascending triangle, which is very clean, watch it for a run all the way up to 62.5. Simple structure. Therefore, we should expect simple results tomorrow. So this is it. This is the one and only reason. Well, two reasons. Number one is undervalued. Number two, structure. There you go. All right. So have an alert right at 61 and wait for it to ring. If it rings, watch the volume. If the volume is good, feel free to take a trade on it. Manage your risk on it. It should behave well, because this is looking quite great to me. Therefore, it's good enough to share in today's video. Now, I told y'all that I'm gonna share with y'all the day trades that I took, so we're gonna dive into those. So this is the Discord. So today, yesterday, we're gonna start off with yesterday. I took a long on Apple before I shared Apple with you guys in yesterday's video. I was bullish on Apple, right? Bullish on it, I liked it. And I took a long on it, and I had to get rid of my calls after the first 10 minutes because Apple just wouldn't push. I was kind of aggravated. So we're gonna look at Apple. All right, we're gonna wait for this thing to load. So this is Apple, and out the gates, like, I liked it. I liked the big push out here, but I hated the fact that it didn't really close above 194.5. They continue higher. So I took a very tiny loss out the gates right here, and I waited and waited. Obviously, it's still bullish. So this is the trade on Apple. Now, after that, I waited until until the market gave us Amazon. And Amazon, this one had an ascending triangle on there. I took the trade right when it broke out, and the price target that I had for it was 180. And this one played a whole lot of games, which I hated, and I ended up breaking even on it because it just wouldn't run, right? So it behaved. If you see, it behaved, it stayed above 178.60. But the one thing that really pissed me off with this one is that it was dragging its feet so much. Like, it teased a run, and this candle was it for me. This is where I get out. I had to get out of my calls here, break even, because I was just irritated. Like, the candle that I wanted to see at that specific time was something that looks like this, not that. So I got rid of it, all right, and then I patiently waited some more. Then I waited until finally QQQ gave me something that I just could not resist. Gave me the same ascending triangle, but that behaved much better. All right, so I got this one right at the breakout. Again, I look for the same. The strategy is simple. Again, we trade patterns here like I always tell y'all every single day. This is very easy to manage, right? And the expectations are, and I expect the same thing every single time, right? So the structure is there, it breaks out, I buy calls, all right? And then I patiently wait for it to get in that green circle, which it definitely did. It took like 12, I think 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes to get up there, all right? So we're gonna go to ThinkorSwim and we're gonna look at QQQ. So this is the structure right here. We're gonna look at the 1 minutes, and then we're gonna look at this region. So this is the pattern. It breaks out. I buy calls right here. And then the stop loss that I have is right at 153. Very simple. It runs. My contracts go up by 50, 60%. I sell half up here first, and then I get out completely at 130 right here. I missed the top, the very top at 455.5, but that's all right. Like the margin between, I mean, the contracts went up a little bit more, but that's all right. At least the majority of the move was what I was after. That was the whole goal of taking that trade with that specific structure. All right. Then after that, the pullback was, I don't want to say minutes. I mean, I knew it was gonna stall here. I didn't think it was gonna drop all the way back down to 453 before closing like this. All right. But essentially, that was the trade. Is QQQ done? Like I said in the beginning of this video, no. I think it's gonna continue to go a little bit higher. Now, I want to answer one of you guys' questions. Somebody asked me about DraftKings. Now with DraftKings, something worries me, I mean, a little bit, because there is a gap to fill at the bottom here. Eventually that's going to get filled. I'm just not sure that DraftKings is gonna move with everything else. Like it's downtrending. It's not trying to make it turn around like the Dow Jones is or the SPY is. It's just chilling here. I think it's just gonna stall, and I wouldn't be too excited about this until the second gap gets filled. The first gap right here got taken care of, yes, but I think a much better deal will be a negative 40% drop, and for DraftKings to get all the way down to at least below 30 before we see a major climb back up to take care of the gap at the top right here. All right, so I hope that helps you, to the person who asked about it. And that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, including the details of the contracts that I buy, when I buy them, and most importantly, the reason why I take the trades that I take to begin with. That way you get to learn along the way. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul and Guma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.